Imagine this. Two little girls standing on a cold city sidewalk, tiny hands clutching trays of homemade candy, their voices trembling as they call out to rushing strangers who barely glance at them. But what happens when a billionaire CEO stops, listens, and discovers the heartbreaking truth about who their father really is? Before we dive into this emotional story that will stay with you long after it ends, make sure you like this video and subscribe to Stories of Kindness so you never miss the moments that remind us humanity still exists. Now, our story begins on a foggy Thursday morning when Eleanor Hayes, the famously tough millionaire CEO known for her sharp mind and even sharper tongue, stepped out of her sleek black car in front of her company headquarters. She was the type of woman who didn't cry. At least that's what the world believed. With meetings lined back to back and a merger deal that could change the future of her company, she had no room for distractions, but fate had other plans. As she walked toward the glass doors, she heard two soft voices behind her. "Excuse me, ma'am. Would you like to buy some candy?" Eleanor turned, mildly irritated, but the sight that greeted her made her stop mid-stride. Two little girls stood shivering, wearing mismatched sweaters much too thin for the weather. The older one, maybe 10, held a tray with neatly wrapped candies, while the younger, barely 6, clung to her sister's sleeve with big, hopeful eyes. "We only need to sell a few more," the older one said, trying to smile. Something tugged at Eleanor's heart, but years of corporate steeliness made her brush it aside. "Why are you out here? Where are your parents?" she asked. The girls exchanged a quick, frightened look. "Our dad, he's working," the older girl said. "He got hurt at his last job, so now he takes whatever work he can. We're helping him so we can pay our rent this month." Eleanor felt a strange uneasiness. She didn't know why, but something about the girls felt familiar. Before she could ask more, her assistant stormed out, urging her inside. Eleanor reluctantly walked away, but the vision of those cold, trembling children gnawed at her all day. By noon, she couldn't focus. Her expensive lunch tasted bland, her board meeting felt empty, and she found her thoughts constantly drifting back to the two little faces outside her building. Finally, she excused herself, claiming she needed fresh air, and hurried down to the street, only to find the girls gone. Panic hit her harder than expected. Why did she care so much? She asked around the block, but no one had seen them. Then a street vendor pointed her toward an old apartment complex 2 blocks away. Without a second thought, Eleanor went. Inside, the hallway smelled of damp cement and old paint. She climbed the narrow staircase, following the vendor's directions, until she reached a peeling door where faint laughter leaked through. She knocked gently, and the door opened to reveal the same 2 girls, this time smiling brighter. "You came!" the younger one exclaimed. "Daddy, someone's here!" A voice from inside responded, deep and familiar, painfully familiar. Eleanor felt her breath catch as a man stepped into view. A man she hadn't seen in almost 12 years, Daniel. The one person she once loved before her ambition swallowed her heart. The man she left behind to chase the world of power and success. And he was their father. He looked tired, older than she remembered, his arm wrapped in a brace from a recent injury. "Eleanor?" he whispered in disbelief. Memories rushed in, late-night talks, dreams they planned together, the promise she broke when she walked away. For the first time in years, Eleanor felt her walls crack. These are your daughters?" she asked, her voice trembling. Daniel nodded. "My everything. Their mother passed away 3 years ago. I've been doing my best, but the accident last month. It's been hard." At that, Eleanor's heart shattered. She looked at the girls who had been selling candy in the cold to help their father survive. Tears gathered in her eyes, shocking even herself. She stepped closer and knelt to their level. "No child should have to carry this burden," she whispered. Then she stood and faced Daniel. "Let me help you, please." Daniel hesitated. "Eleanor, I don't want charity." She shook her head. "It's not charity, it's responsibility. Maybe this is life giving me a second chance, one I don't want to waste again." In that cramped little apartment, Eleanor Hayes, the woman known for her unbreakable strength, broke down and cried for the years lost, for the man she hurt, and for the children forced to grow up too fast. From that day on, everything changed. She arranged medical treatment for Daniel, enrolled the girls in school, and moved them into a warm, safe home. And for the first time, she felt something money had never given her: peace. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Stories of Kindness for more life-changing stories that remind us love is still alive in this world.